Welcome to my first vegetable garden. This is my community plot, and some of you may not know I have two plots. I have the rusted garden, which is at my house, and I have this community garden. And if you don't have space or you want more space, check out your local community, because there's a lot of gardens that you can rent space from. And I think I only pay about 40 bucks a year for this. I get free water, wood chips, but I wanted to give you a quick tour and just give you some ideas. You can grow plenty of things in containers. These are totes. I'm growing peas, cilantro, and a couple of different flowers to bring pollinators into my garden. I have everything broken up into 4-foot by 4-foot square spaces. These used to be raised up higher, but I've been dropping in wood mulch along the path, so you know it's not really so much a raised bed. But the reason I do that here is because the water level's pretty high, and I don't want my plants sitting in water, so I'm slowly building this space up. I'm going to raise these beds over this season. Here's a form of raised bed right back there, and those are just window wells that you buy for a house that I think go like on the first level for your basement windows. I just bought two halves, put them together, made that circle, and it saves you a little bit of money because you can concentrate your container soil in a specific space for the plants, and it saves a little bit of money. This space holds my radishes that are about ready to be pulled out, and I just harvested some. Those are hailstone on the left, cherry bell on the right, and this is exactly why we have gardens. Just be able to walk out to your house, come to your community garden, and grab things for your kitchen so that you can enjoy fresh vegetables. Different containers. Again, across the back I got peppers back there, peas in there. Those are going to be filled with cucumbers. Another space here I have rutabaga, spinach, and turnips, and they're doing pretty well. Back there are some collard greens, and you can see, you know, 4x4 space. Concentrate resources so that you're not spending more money than you need to by just putting your amendments all over the place and you're not growing anything. I don't walk in these beds, so you can tend to plant things closer in raised beds. This is another form of a raised bed using containers. And again, by doing this, you concentrate your resources right in the container, so you spend less. The plants do really well, and in this case, I'm raising these plants above that low or high water level that I have over here. And this is what my raised beds will look like eventually. I've built that towards the end of last year, so I'm going to do that for all of these areas and build them up. And you just do it slowly over time when you get money. You don't have to do everything at once. In here are 5-gallon buckets, or are 5-gallon buckets, and in them are my pepper plants. These are the buckets that I get my neem oil shipped to me. I do have an online store where I sell it, but I'm recycling the containers and just filled them full of peppers. Broccoli, which has to come out, I always try and grow it, but we always end up with warm weather that comes and the heads just don't stay together. They're starting to flower. That's why the broccoli head looks like that. When you start seeing your broccoli leaves, your kale leaves look like that, that means you have green cabbage loopers and you're going to have to spray or put something down. Asparagus growing in this bed, and this is, again, beds that I raised up last year, and that's what I'm going to do across all of these. All that damage on the asparagus, those brown tips are from the asparagus beetle and larvae. I sprayed them last week and took care of that. I just want to give you a close-up real quick of the damage from the green cabbage looper. When you start seeing something like that, you've got a green worm in there chewing your leaves, and you really have to get in there and treat it with neem oil or chemical dust or whatever you prefer. Alright, so I'm going to give you a tour now of the rusted garden. Let me get home and I'll show you how my garden's doing there. So we're back at my house. This is the rusted garden. This is my community. This is my container garden on my deck. Have a lot going on. On my other channel, which I'll post again, a link at the end of this video, I've been doing a lot of videos on container gardening, and one of them was about the strawberry plants you see down there, just getting them into containers. That's oregano on the right. That comes back every year. Garlic there in the middle that'll be ready to harvest towards the end of June. That's a Bradley tomato that I put in about a month ago. It's doing really, really well. And just a tip, this is a cardboard box that I left out for when I had frost about 10 days ago. As soon as the temperatures at night, or you get a warning it's going to be about 38 degrees, you want to protect any plants that can't take a frost. And you can just save cardboard boxes like that. Just collapse them, save them in your house, and if a frost is coming in an untimely manner, just pop the boxes back together, tape them shut, and that's great frost protection. That will take care and protect, and it did, protect my tomato plants, my pepper plants. All kinds of different things planted. Those are herbs that have to get into the ground. Lots of peas. They're starting to do really, really well. But we also had 95-degree weather yesterday and the day before, so it's starting to kill the plants off before they really produce. And peas are cool weather crops. They like the cool weather. So when it gets to 80 or 90 degrees, production kind of gets screwed up. Purple potted peas will be ready in about a week. Back there are potatoes, that lush growth. Did a planting video on that on my other channel, and they're doing really, really well, and they'll be ready to harvest towards the end of June too. So this is my deck. Down here is my raised beds for the rusted garden. I don't even know how many beds I have, maybe 12 or something like that. Again, raised beds help you concentrate resources to a space so you save money, and you don't walk in there, so you can plant things a little more tightly together, because once you take care of the soil, you're not compacting it with your body weight. And you can see all the peas that are ready to go. And I'll be harvesting them right after this video. I'm going to eat them with the radishes. In here I have beets, different kinds of greens, kohlrabi. All of my cool weather crops are really out in this garden now. And over the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll be transitioning over to the warm weather crops, which are tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, zucchini, squash, and I'll be doing videos on there. Another setup that I did for container plants, and these are a lot of herbs. These up here are herbs that I can harvest, obviously, and these are micro tom and maybe tiny tim tomatoes. Those tomatoes will only get about a foot tall, so you can grow tomatoes in containers just like that. Look, get out of there. Out. Thank you. So this is the rusted garden. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos for my first vegetable garden over the next month. Please check back and also check out my other YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.